Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song by Bryan called I See You. And if you want to play along with the recording, actually, what you'll have to do is tune down a half step. So for this song, he's tuning that you'll have to go to the tuners and loosen them up just a little bit to get to E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, E flat. But we're just going to work this lesson in standard tuning because I'm assuming you're probably already in standard tuning. But it starts out with this cool little lead lick, actually. You can start 5th fret on the B, 4th fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B, 4th fret on the G, 3rd fret on the B, 4th fret on the G, 2nd fret on the G, and then you may want to do 2nd fret as a hammer on the 4th fret on the G, and then go back to 2nd fret on the G as kind of a pull off to the open G, and then go to the D string 2nd as kind of a pull off. So all together you got kind of 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 2, 2, 4, 2, 0, 2, 0, 5, 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 2, 2, 4, 2, 0, 2, 0. So you want to pause the video and look at the tab if you dig on that lick. Kind of that E, B, D, B, 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 A, B, A, G, E, D is kind of that lick. And the chords that would back that up start on an E minor chord. And normally you do that first finger on the A second finger on the D second. And if you strum all those together, the sad sounds in E minor. Now you may also dig on adding in the 3rd finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third, and kind of working that for your E, and that can make some of the chord changes a little bit easier. Or if you just want to rock this out, you could work an E5 power chord, working the low E and the A string 2nd fret. Or you could do an E5 power chord from 7th on the A with the 1st finger, 3rd finger on the D9. Kind of working that for the E5. And then from the E minor, we'd be going to a C major. And normally you do this 1st finger on the B 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D 2nd, 3rd finger on the A 3rd. And if you strum the A string to the high E string, the happy sounds of C major. Now you may also dig on lifting the 1st finger and making that a C major 7. Or you can add in the pinky on the B 3rd for C major 9 and say some stuff around the C chord. Or another way to play C major 9 would be doing 1st finger on the D 2nd, 2nd finger on the A 3rd, 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. Kind of working that with the C major. Or if you just want to rock this out, you can do a C5 power chord by doing 1st finger on the A 3rd fret, 3rd finger on the D 5th fret, and kind of be a C5 power chord. And then from the C, we'd be going to a G major. And normally you do that 1st finger on the A 2nd, 2nd finger on the low E 3rd, 3rd finger on the high E 3rd. And if you strum all those together, the happy sounds of G major. Now you may also dig on putting 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. Kind of working that for your G major. Or if you're digging on the power chord idea, you can do 1st finger on the low E 3rd, 3rd finger on the A 5th fret for a G5 power chord. And then from the G, we'd be going to a D major. And normally you do this 1st finger on the G 2nd, 2nd finger on the high E 2nd, and 3rd finger on the B 3rd fret. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord, and it sounds really, really happy. Now around Ds in general, it can be cool to lift the 2nd finger, always a fun finger to lift. That makes it D sus2. Or you could add in the pinky on the high E 3rd fret for D suspended, kind of say some stuff around the D. Or if you're digging on the power chord idea, you could do the open D and the G string on the 2nd fret for a D5. Or you could do 1st finger on the A 5th, 3rd finger on the D7 for a D5 power chord. So you could even make it a power chord hit, kind of that E, C, G, D. I'm kind of doing a 2 down hit and kind of killing the strings. C, G5, D5. Or if you want to back that up with your voice, it's kind of weird tempo wise actually. It could kind of work kind of a 4 down count on E, and then 4 on C, 4 on G, and then 4 on D. I'm at a little bit of right hand moving to that. That might be kind of a cool sneaky way to kind of work it. Or you could even do the bigger chords that same way. E minor, C, G, D. Or you may want to work a strum pattern. And one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the E minor and just tried that a lot. You have down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down. Now if you're quick enough, you could probably get that to work on each of those chords. E minor, C, G, D. split the pattern. And you could do just half of it actually, just the down, down up on the E minor, down, down up on the C, down, down up on the G, down, down up on the D. Or you could split the pattern, do an E minor with a down, down, up, and then go to the C with the up, down, up. Or sometimes for myself, I like doing an E minor with a down, down, and then hitting the C with the up, up, down, up. So I'm going to kind of experiment with those two, kind of E minor, C, G, D, E minor, C, or even mixing it up between those ideas can be very hip. Or for myself, I was really digging on something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that is if you're tapping your foot to the beat, right now we're dividing that beat into two parts with our down, down, up, up, down, up. 1, 2, 1, 2, and that's called an eighth note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into four parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, down, up. And what I mean by that is if you take the E minor and do it down for 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you'd be doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you do it down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. And then on the third beat, you do it up on 2, down on 3. So kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the last beat, you go down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, up, down, 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 down. So all together, you got down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, 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 up, down, down, down. If that's kind of new for you, what you may want to do is just half the pattern, just the down, 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 up on each chord. E minor, down, down, up, C, G, D, E minor, C, G, D. Or if you're a little bit more adventurous, you could do the E minor with a down, 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 up. And then go to the C for the up, down, down, up, down, up. G with the down, 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 up. And then D with the up, down, down, up, down. So we have E minor, down, down, C, up, down, 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 G, down, down, D, up, down, 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 E minor, down, down, C, up, down, 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 G, down, down, D, up, down, down, down. And we'll basically be repeating that for our intro twice, and then twice for our verse, and then twice for the beginning of our chorus, and then we kind of hit this cool little chorus tag where you go to the C major, and then a D major, and then an E minor, but then we make a change to a B minor chord. And normally you do this as a second fret bar, second finger on the B third, third finger on the D fourth, pinky on the G fourth. And we'll talk about some easy options here too. But normally if you strum all those together, the sad sounds would be fine. Now you may also dig on lifting the pinky and making that a B minor 7. Or another way to play B minor 7 would be doing first finger on the A second, second finger on the G second, third finger on the high E second. And kind of dig on that. Or for myself, I was really digging on the drone voicing for this. Doing first finger on the A second, second finger on the G second, third finger on the B third, pinky on the high E third. It's kind of another option. Or you might even dig on lifting the pinky and making that a B minor 11. Kind of hear that part. And we kind of half our B minor, and then we end up on a C with our whole 8 count, and then our D with our whole 8 count at the very, very end. So if we're going to do that last part of the chorus with our down, down, up, down, up, it's kind of a lot of the same halving ideas. We got the C, D, B minor, C, D. Or if you're digging on the 16th, then you have the C, D, B minor, C, D. And from there, then we go back into kind of our main intro verse idea. So back to kind of our E minor, C, G, D. Now one other thing I think about adding into the song though is bass notes. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you're doing a bass for the chord. minor, you'd have low E for the bass. On the C, you'd have the A for the bass. On the G, you'd have low E for the bass. And on the D, you'd have the D for the bass. And on the B minor, you'd have the A for the bass. So we could kind of try that next verse with a bass down, up, kind of adding in basses. And you could work just a bass down, up on each chord, just to kind of get used to that. Or you might dig on adding in the basses and still splitting the pattern, which is cool too. G, down, up, down, up. Or if you're digging on the 16th, you could work it off a bass, down, up, down, up, down, or a bass, down, up, down, up, or a bass, down, up, bass, down, up, down. And this can be kind of cool. You could work just bass, down, up, if that's all kind of weird. So E minor, down, up, C, down, up, G, down, up, B, down, up. Or you could split them and do the E minor with the bass, down, up, and then go to the C for a up bass, down, up, G with a bass, down, up, D with a up bass, down, up. So we kind of dig on that feel too. E minor, C, G, D, E minor, C, G, D. We end up repeating that one time for that intro turn, twice for our verse, twice for our chorus, and then we go into our chorus tag. And on the chorus tag, we could work just the bass, down, up, down, up. You have the C, D, E minor, B minor, C, D. Or if you're digging on the 16th, you have the C, D, E minor, B minor, C, D. There we'll be going into our solo bridge part. It's kind of a lot of that same idea. So you have E minor, C, G, D, E minor, C, G, D. And we got our E minor, C, and then we got our whole pattern on a D chord. Or if you're digging on the 16th idea, you can have the E minor, C, jam out over this. Actually, this is kind of in the key of E minor or G major, and I do have a video that made sometime last year actually on pentatonic maps, which is kind of a cool way of looking at pentatonic scale. And what a pentatonic scale is, a 5-note scale, and the one that you would use for this actually would be G's, A's, B's, D's, and E's. And there's this really cool way of playing that on your guitar where you can play open E, 3rd on the low E, 5th on the low E, and then you slide to 7th fret on the low E, and then 5th on the A, 7 on the A, and 5th on the D, 7 on the D, and then you slide to 9 on the D, and then 7 on the G, 9 on the G, and 8 on the B, 10 on the B, and then slide to 12 on the B, and then 10 on the high E, and then 12 on the high E. So if you're kind of interested in doing some of the lead licks, or making up and jamming into the tune, actually that could be a very cool scale to play around with. And actually sometimes for myself, I'll play around with something called freeform, where you kind of play the chord, make up a lick, play a chord, make up a lick, play the chord, play the chord, lick. So it might be cool. You could experiment with hammer-ons, pull-offs. So you may want to experiment with that for the solo part. And then from there, we'll be going into our last chorus. So E minor, C, G, D, E minor, C, G, D, C, D, E minor, C, D. And from there, we go into a little piece of our intro idea for our outro. So E minor, C, G, D, E minor, C, G, D. I mean, it was kind of a 2-hit on E minor at the very end, kind of two big nails, down, down, kill it, kind of an idea at the very end. But that's the basics of how you can strum through I See You, and don't forget to tune down a half step. So E flat, B flat, G flat, D flat, A flat, E flat. So best luck. Hi, wherever you are in YouTube land. This is Munson Summer with Munson Music Live, Munson Guitar Songs, Munson Covers, and Munson Jam Tracks. Thanking you for watching this video, and I hope you got something out of this video. I hope you like this video and subscribe to the channel to see lots more like it. I'm always open to your requests. If you have a song that you love, please let me know so I can write it down on the request list so I can add that to it, because there are probably other people out there who love that song too and would love to learn how to play it. So thanks so much for all the love that you give me, and I hope that you're doing well and kind of figuring out how you can talk with the instrument. We are a small music shop in the middle of nowhere in South Carolina, and you're supporting us by watching this channel. Really appreciate all that love. So best of luck, and let me know if there's anything that I can do to help you in particular too. You can contact me on Facebook. You can leave a message here in the comments section, and I respond to all the comments that I get. So best of luck to you wherever you are.